God. And you know what? We got some great ones in this church, some people who run companies and businesses, and they are doing everything they can to honor the Lord in the workplace. I've invited some of them to come up. I just picked some that I knew and that I felt like would be willing to do it. And so they're going to come up right now. Steve Clapp is coming up, and then Randy. Where's Randy Cook? And then Kristen Beston. Would you give these guys a hand? These guys are guys that all have people who look to them. They are the boss, the master in this story, in this text that we've read. So my question to you guys is, let's talk about what are you doing that helps those that work for you to really see Christ in you, but also to create an atmosphere where the Lord is glorified. Steve Clapp. Steve has an office equipment company that he started 15 years ago. And tell us about it and what you do, kind of some things that you do to help create that atmosphere there.
We have a company that we started 15 years ago, and the Lord has tremendously blessed our company. And 6 years ago, we had a high schooler from Olympia standing up on the stage. And he said,
talking about here at the
talking
church.
about here at the church. And he said, I have a passion on my heart to reach out to my friends and try and, spread the gospel and show them that I'm a Christian. So he said he took his entire database on his email and started sending out a verse of the day. So God convicted me 6 years ago. I said, you know what? If a high school student can send it out to his friends, we're going to start sending it out to all of our 96 employees. So we started that, and it kind of snowballed in that once we started doing that, God just started sending godly people from everywhere, and I couldn't keep up with everything. So
that's amazing.
It's amazing how he works.
Yeah. Now, I can imagine of the 96 employees, not everybody welcomed it. Did you have anybody that said, no, thank you?
Well, out of 96, we had one person. The first time I sent it to them, they said, please take me off the list. So 1 out of 96 isn't bad.
That's not bad. That's it. So I know we have an account with you guys. And by the way, the copier in my office is not working. Can I get some help there?
I think our service manager is actually watching right now, so take note of that.
Just kidding. So we have an account, and TFA does, and I've been there. I've seen your workers, but I've also been there. And Steve does something. He talks openly about the gospel. I came at a Christmas thing for all your leaders, and he said, now, you can talk about Jesus all you want. And so I got up, and I'm talking about Jesus. I'm looking at them, and it was obvious, Steve, that wasn't the first time they've heard. So there's a freedom there in the office, right?
We try and encourage that, and it's kind of neat is the people that you spread the gospel to, there's some that come out that you would never think would even consider hearing the gospel, and they come up and say, hey, wow, I'm glad you did that. And we say the Pledge of Allegiance after our meetings, and people say, wow, that's awesome, and say prayers before our meals that we have, and it's just it's a neat thing God does.
And then you do something at the rescue mission. You guys go down and
go to the Orlando Union Rescue Mission once a month and serve food there. And every quarter we pick a not-for-profit, and our entire company goes down to serve.
That's great.
Definitely not perfect, but moving in the right direction.
You're going in the right direction, man. That's great, Steve.